it was really a devastating. That was like the first West Coast person that passed on our watch, man. That was, and he was like the first one to really blow up. He was the first one to really blow up from the West Coast, and to have a part in his success, and to be a part of that, a part of that ruthless family was a devastating blow for everybody, man. Even though I wasn't there every day, I wasn't on the label, nothing like that. I still worked with Rufus on a regular basis, and I still stay in contact with folks. I knew everybody on the Rufus was nothing but crew cut with Raider gear on. Think about it. Rufus was crew cut with Raider gear and a gangster attitude. Everybody that came through Rufus at some point in time came through here. So I had love all the way around. I just chose not to go the gangster route. And I've never been a hater. If I was a hater, I would have probably pitched a bitch when people started leaving. Man, go ahead, do your thing, Doc. Do you. I've never stood in the group's way of leaving. Especially when it came to gangster shit, man. I just I was never attracted to it. I was never a fan of it. And more power to you, Doc. That's just my attitude. It's still my attitude today. The music can be intriguing. It can be funky, but just the lifestyle and some of the content of being responsible for creating something that kills so many people. It could be. I didn't want that responsibility on my head, Doc.
Yeah, I think you took most would agree that you took the responsible route.
Well, understand this too, because that's why I was groomed like that, dude. I keep telling people the same. I tell people, I say this in my new documentary. When being the OG, it's got other guys that's older than me in the game, but nobody has done as much as I have in the game. Nobody's been as responsible for as many careers as I had. Yeah, people made records before I did. They may have gone gold, but ain't nobody touched as many careers as I have. And in order to do that, I had to interact with a lot of people. But here's the crazy part, Dusty. Here's the crazy part. N.W.A. Viewers right now. I got 54 viewers right now. Right to this day, I ain't met nobody's daddy yet. I was the daddy. I was the big brother. I was the cousin. I was the record executive. I was all that. I don't know Yellow's daddy. I don't know Cube Daddy. Cube Daddy is still alive. I don't know his dad. I know his mom. I knew Dre's dad. I met Dre's dad back in the day, but long before Dre even joined the record, but I never saw him again. Clientele daddy. Never met the man. Shakespeare daddy. Never met the man. Afroman daddy. Never met the man. I was the dude everybody came to, so I had to conduct myself in a certain way. And I think that's something that's been missing in hip-hop for a long time. When you have people like my dad and Jeffy that instill certain things in me as a responsible club owner, understand this, man. People been dropping their kids off to me since 1979. Parents been putting their kids in my hands since 1979. Not just boys and girls. And you ain't got no cases of Lonzo doing shit to nobody's kids except for looking out for them. I can't just change that. I can't change that. When people been giving me their kids since Alpine 1977 at Alpine Village, parents would drop. Some of the parents knew who was there, but they didn't know that. It was only some 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds doing this shit. When I got to do those, I was 22. But again, the parents, I knew some of the parents from the neighborhood, or because a lot of these people some of them was my schoolmates. Then I started dealing with the younger sisters and brothers. But that's Lonzo's club, and that's how people refer to us. Lonzo, you look out for you. You look out for your kids. So for me to have that reputation in my community, to be trustworthy with being able to deal with people's kids, boys and girls, and you can give a fuck. You go back 45 years, you ain't gonna find nobody's babies on Lonzo's watch. You won't find no Diddy shit. Now I might have knocked a nigga for his girl from time to time, but she was 21, 18 years old. Okay, but That bullshit these niggas. Nah, man, no way I could have did that, man, and survived this long. So I could not jeopardize my reputation and or the safety of my clientele for some bullshit. That's just me.
All right, last question, then we'll start to wrap it up. Do you have a favorite Eazy E song?
I love We Want Eazy. It's my favorite song.
Okay.
Yeah. I like Bootsy. Yeah. I like the whole concept.
Yeah, you know, as I was driving back in November to the street celebration for Easy Street, all the way up there, I was like, man, what song am I gonna bump when I pull into the parking lot? There was only like 4 motherfuckers in the parking lot. It was you and like 3 other people because I got there so early. But I found out I wasn't the only one, and I even felt as people were coming in, I'm like, oh, that you picked real mother effing G's. Oh, you pick Gangsta. I pick Gangsta personally. I like that song for some reason. I love Eazy E, verse in that.
No, Matt, We Want Eazy because Drake did a great job on the production. The song was familiar to me. It was, taking that remaking that We Want Bootsy situation and flipping it to We Want Eazy. That was the bomb shit to me, man. And that song right there, it wasn't a gangster song. It was just a fun song. Just like Something to Dance To, Panic Zone, We Want Eazy, Something to Dance To, Panic Zone, and Express Yourself was my first introduction to N.W.A and Eazy E. That was my introduction. Okay, none of that shit was gangster shit. Panic Zone and Something to Dance To was produced by Arabian Prince, which means that shit was just shy of being a Wrecking Crew song. That was their introduction into radio. It wasn't until after a little bit later they started doing more hardcore shit. So people have to understand the whole transition, the whole beginning. They were not trying to be gangsters from the beginning. They were just trying to make some records. That's why Arabian Prince did those 2 songs, Something to Dance To, which used D-Train sample, and Panic Zone. Okay, and Panic Zone was straight Arabian Prince production. You could Panic Zone. Come on, man. That they knew they had to use certain type of elements to get on the radio. And at some point in time, they slid something else in and it worked. Boys in the Hood was not a gangster record. Think about it. Was it really a gangster rap?
Like a fantasy kind of,
It was like
yeah.
And they kind of worked their way into the media, especially through K-Day. And all of a sudden, when the Rodney King situation jumped off, after Police became the Hood national anthem.
Yeah.
How do you? That was just perfect timing, man. That was all it was. Perfect timing.
Yep.
Perfect timing.
Man. Yeah, man. R.I.P. to Eazy E. And